Accident that has happened where the death toll in the Kericho accident has hit 50. This is after a bus in which they were traveling in from Nairobi to Kisumu crashed at Fort Tenan on Lodiani-Muhoroni Road. Now, Kericho County Police Commander James Mugera, who confirmed the incident, said the bus veered off the road while descending a steep slope. It then hit a guardrail, rolled and plunged down about 20 meters. Mugera has said the casualties could rise since more people are still trapped in the wreckage. The injured have been taken to Fort Tenan Dispensary and Muhoroni Sub-County Hospital for treatment. And of course, we have our reporter Elvis Lagat already on the ground to bring us up to date with what's happening. Elvis, thank you so much for joining us here on KTN News Center. Such a sad incident. Kindly bring us up to date.
Good morning, Brenda. Indeed, devastating news, as you are rightly mentioning. People here at Fort Tenan, especially at the tunnel area, are really in so much disbelief regarding this accident that has led to 50 people, at least 50 people dying. Of course, you mentioned that James Mugera, who is the county commandant police for Kericho County, has confirmed that indeed at least 30 men have died, 12 women and 7 children in this horrendous accident. If you can just see behind me, Brenda, that is the wreckage of the bus, 62 capacity homeboys that was headed to Western Kenya from Nairobi. And of course, as you can see, there is a huge crowd just around there trying to recover and try to rescue the bodies that are suspected to have been trapped in that wreckage of that bus at this point in time. Of course, you've mentioned that those who recovered, those who survived the accident have been taken to Fort Tenan Dispensary as well as Muhoroni and even Kericho County Referral Hospital for further treatment. But now even the county police commandant James Mugera is among the crowd who are just down there, this steep place, trying to see if they can get more people who might be trapped in that wreckage. Of course, let's just get some witness accounts right here, and of course some of the concerns of the people here in Fort Tenan. I'm informed that this is a black spot. This is an area that is often characterized by fatal accidents. One of the people is actually pointing out to me that indeed some of the accidents are not highlighted, but saying that this particular road has led to so many deaths. Of course, we will be pursuing that to give you more details on that. Let me just start with this gentleman who was here in good time, and then we'll get to him. Tafadhali anza tuambie jina yako, and then ulifika hapa saa ngapi na nini ilifanyika, tueleze.
Kwa majina naitwa Kipchumba. Ilikuwa saa 11 bado dakika 20 nikasikia gari imeanguka. Saa hiyo nikaamka, hata shati sikufaa, nikaamka on the spot nikakimbia. Kufika hapa nikapata basi limeanguka na watu wengine wamekufa na wengine wanaokolewa na majirani wenye tulikuwa tumefika nao. Tukasaidiana kutoa wenye walikuwa wamepata injuries kadhaa tukawaleta hapa. Tunashukuru tena maaskari wa Fort Tenan na wa Kipkelion walifika saa hiyo wakatusaidia na ambulance ya Fort Tenan Sub District Hospital, tukapeleka waathiriwa wenye walipata injuries wakaenda hospitali. Tukashughulikia wenye walikuwa wamekufa pia juu si nzuri tukuache pale chini. Tukawatoa hawa miili. Vile tulitoa wengine walikuwa wanatoa watu wakubwa na wengine wadogo. Kwa upande wangu nilikuwa kwa upande ya watoto below 5 years. Watoto wenye niliona kwangu wamefariki walikuwa watoto 8 below 5 years. Na moja saa hii tingatinga ikatoa ile pasi, moja ikapatikana. Hiyo 9 na wenye walikuwa watu wakubwa walikuwa 41. Sasa hiyo ni kumaanisha around 50 people. Na hatujajua confirmed watu wenye walikuwa wamepelekwa kwenye hospitali kadhaa hapa kwetu. Tumeambiwa wengine wamefariki na hatujui ni wangapi, lakini watu wengi walipata majeraha mbalimbali. Wengine
pengine hiyo wakati mliweza kupata mtu ambaye alikuwa hai na pengine hakuwa amejeruhiwa sana?
Tulipata moja lakini alikuwa unconscious, hakuwa anaongea. Tukaiona si nzuri tuulize maswali vile unaelewa mtu mwenye amepata accident anakuwa confused. Ni mtu mmoja tu mwenye alikuwa anakaa chini, lakini wengine walikuwa unconscious.
Pengine mliendesha hiyo shughuli kwa muda kiasi gani ambapo mlikuwa mnajaribu kutoa watu kwa basi?
Tulianza saa 11 kamili. Tukaitoa mihili mpaka saa 2. Tukingangania juu tulifanya kazi karibu mara 2-3. Tulingangania wenye walikuwa bado wako hai. Step 2 wenye walikuwa wamekufa. Step 3 wenye walikuwa wamefinywa na gari. Sababu unaona lile kuna mapati ingine ilikuwa imelalia watu. Saa juu tingatinga ilikuwa haijafika, tukafanya kitu, watu wengi tukanyanyua hiyo juu, alafu tunatoa miili zingine. Sasa hiyo ilichukua karibu masaa 3 hivi.
Vile vile dereva wa basi hiyo alikuwa miongoni mwa wale waliopoteza maisha yao.
Hatujui sasa juu tulifika tu tulipata watu wamepata accident. Na wenye walikufa hawakuwa na nguo za kuonyesha huyu alikuwa driver ama nani. Wengine nguo zao zilikuwa kando, mili ilikuwa kando.
Bila shaka, jambo la kuhuzunisha sana. Kwa hivyo, as well, Brenda, he is also another resident of this particular area. He's mentioned to me that accidents in this area are really rampant, owing to the fact that this is a steep road heading towards the section of Western Kenya. Of course, let us just get a conversation from him. You mentioned to me that this is something that is not isolated, that this road is often prone to accidents of this nature. Take us through this timeline. How has this happened in this particular place?
One thing I would like to tell you, this is a butchering bridge. It has been killing people now and then. It's only that they are not reported. Quite a number of them are not reported until it is a very high accident like this one, that the time now the journalists and the others come in. But most of the people have died here. So to me, I think the best solution is actually to redesign the road. You see, because when you actually drive all the way, there is about 50 meters away from this flyover bridge, there is a very sharp corner there. And then immediately you embark on a flyover. And the same in the flyover, it has actually some corners on the flyover. So the best way is actually to redesign the bridge itself.
And you're even seeing that this road has not been marked. The yellow line that is often marking the road, we are seeing that it's not marked. Could it be one of the contributors that drivers get into such a mishap?
Let me tell you, one journalist, marking we shall be actually solving a symptom rather than actually the cause root. Yes, we can actually do the remarking. That one will actually assist by almost 20%. The bigger percent is the design of the road itself. It was poorly done. I can actually compare this bridge with the Nithi bridge in Meru, Tharaka Nithi. They're the same. So the best way is actually to redesign the road, so that will salvage the life of our people.
So as it stands, the way the road is designed at the moment, you're saying it is a contributing factor to the many accidents
That's the thing. Yes, it's actually contributing a lot, the design itself. Even if we actually put the signs, it's not going to help much. It will actually solve almost 20% of the accident which occur. And believe in me or not, if you go to the police station for Tanan, you'll actually see many vehicles which actually had a road accident through this, almost 20 to 30 vehicles. So we are losing almost 400 people in a year in this road. And quite a number of them are not actually reported. Like the border riders who actually get the accident, they don't report. People who are actually transporting stones for the buildings have actually had a lot of accidents here, but they're not reported because most of you journalists, you are far away from. You either actually get in Kisumu or you get in Kericho.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Of course, we'll be continuing with the conversation around that. But at this point, what is important is that the search and recovery process is still ongoing. Just behind me, as police officers from Fort 10 and Kericho are working together with the locals to try and see if more people are trapped in that wreckage of a 62 passenger capacity bus. At this point, of course, we will be following more on this, and we will keep you up to date as to more developments in this area of Fort 10. Back to you in studio.
And Elfas, before I let you go, probably if you've talked to the police commandant, Elfas, we shall be getting back to you in just a few minutes. Kindly don't go. I still keep a keen eye on that, because I'd like us to talk to the police commander, that is James Mugera. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on KTN News Center this morning. A sad incident there, but the first question is, was the bus licensed? Did he have a travel night license?
Hello.
We can hear you, sir. My question
That question is to me.
I'm saying that my question is, if you've managed probably to speak to the NTSA and probably the bus company management, the question is, was the bus licensed to travel at night?
Thank you for the call, but I would want to say that those are some of the details we'll be getting as investigations continue. We have just commenced investigations, and it is too early at this point in time to say, because we need to look for the documents, which you have not yet been able to get so far from the scene. So until we do that, we may not be able to say whether it was or not. But let me not commit myself on that. I would rather we get the details of the vehicle as investigations continue.
Mr. Mugera, kindly confirm to us the exact number of Kenyans who've died, because we have conflicting reports. There's those who are saying on social media it's 52 passengers, there's those who are saying it's 42. So how many people have died in that accident?
From us at the ground on the scene, we are saying it is 50. 50. That is that's 1 man, 12 women, and 7 children.
And how many people have been taken to hospital for treatment?
There are quite a number, but I may not be able to give you the number right now. We out at the hospitals checking for their details. We can give you that one later.
And Mr. Mugera, probably kindly confirm to us if the driver of the bus is among the survivors or the casualties.
We may not be able to know whether he is among them, but we believe it could be so, because somebody has called us saying that they cannot reach him on phone.
And Mr. Mugera, was the bus overloaded, or it was carrying the exact number of passengers that it ought to have?
The bus has a carrying capacity of 62, and we are talking of 50 victims, so that is within the carrying capacity. At this point in time, we cannot say that it was carrying more than allowed to carry 62.
Right, Mr. Mugera, and the other question is probably some people who are expecting their loved ones to arrive home are coming into terms with this incident. Some of them are learning it from television or even social media. So how can family members trace their loved ones? Have you put probably a tent for family members to trace their loved ones?
Yes, at Kericho County Referral Hospital.
Only at Kericho?
Yes, because that is where, so far that is where we can get support services, because that is even where most of the victims have been taken.
And Mr. Mugera, that road has been termed as a hotspot. What has probably the traffic department done to ensure that such incident does not happen?
As you may recall, and I said in my statement, this is a self-involved accident. Our officers are out there policing the roads, but it is upon individual road users, individual drivers, to be careful on the road, because the police are not driving the vehicles. It is individual drivers who are driving. So it is upon every road user to be careful on the road, to observe all the road signs, to observe the speed limits, and everything else that pertains to use of the road.
All right, even as you continue keeping tabs with this, Mr. Mugera, all eyes will be on police officers in that area. And even as much as you're saying that family members can trace their loved ones at Kericho, in terms of the construction of the road, and we've had Elfas Lagat speak to one of the witnesses, they're saying the construction of the road is questionable.
Oh, well, I cannot comment about the construction of the road because I'm not an expert in that area.
All right, thank you so much, Kericho County Commander James Mugera, just trying to bring us up to date with what is happening. And for those probably who would like to trace their loved ones, there you have it. Mr. Mugera says you can go to the Kericho Hospital just to try and trace your loved ones and give information that you have. So right now I'd like us to cross back to the scene of the accident and talk to our reporter Elfas Lagat, who has been keeping tabs with what's happening. Lagat, back to you in case you have any details so far that you've gathered from the ground.
Okay, Brenda, that is the county police commandant, James Mugera, who just spoke to us. At this point, as we're speaking, authorities have pushed people further, saying to keep a safe distance, because as they were standing right here, it is the section where the bus lost control. The driver of the bus lost control and veered towards that section, and we've actually seen the homeboys bus at this point. Of course, those are police officers trying just to assess the situation to see if there is any more effort they can do to try and recover persons who could be trapped in that wreckage of that bus. So at this point, my colleague Kevin Ogutu is at the hospital trying to just follow up on the survivors at this section. Of course, we will be following up on more developments here, Brenda. We will keep you up to date. At this point, we will be speaking to more of the authorities to find out if more bodies have been recovered from that wreckage. Brenda.
Right, Elfas Lagat, you need to keep tabs with that. Let me allow you to go do that. Right now, I'd like us to cross over to Kericho and talk to our reporter, Kevin Ogotu, who has made his way right there. Ogotu, thank you so much for joining us. Kindly bring us up to date with what is happening so far at Kericho. Ogotu, if you can hear me, I know you've made your way to Kericho Hospital, where some of the survivors have been taken and some of the bodies. If you can hear me, kindly bring us up to date with what's happening at the hospital, as some of the family members... All right, what you're seeing on your screen right now as we try to get a hold of our reporter, Kevin Ogotu, is Kericho Hospital, and members of the public, as usual, are curious to know what is happening. So far, what we've heard from Kericho County Commandant, that is James Mugera, it is that the bodies have been taken to Kericho mortuary, and some of the survivors have also been taken to Kericho Hospital for treatment. So far, he says that at least 50 people have died, and that the bus was carrying 52 passengers. It is a bus that is expected to carry about 60 passengers. So it is information that we've gotten from the Kericho County Commander, James Mugera, saying that 52 people were on board and at least 50 people have died. But still, our reporter, Elfas Lagat, says that police who are on the scene where the accident happened are still trying to comb the wreckage just to know whether there's still some bodies that have been trapped there or survivors. Such a sad incident there, where Kenyans are waking up to a sad incident, the Kericho accident. And police say that probably the death toll might rise depending on the kind of injuries that some of the survivors have. Among the dead are 8 children, according to what the eyewitnesses have told our reporter Elfas Lagat, who's on the ground. So here on KTN News Center, we continue keeping a keen eye on how this story develops. Such a sad incident right there. So on your screen is Kericho Hospital. Members of the public, as usual, curious just to know what is happening. We're still trying to get a hold of our reporter, Kevin Ogotu, who's on the ground already at Kericho Hospital. We have Elfas Lagat also at the scene of the accident, just to try and get us more details so that we can give it to you, the accurate details, the only way we can here on KTN News Center. Just to remind you that the fatal accident happened at Fort 10 and Kericho. The bus was heading to the Western, and it is a bus that is expected to carry at least 60 passengers. And Kericho County Commander James Mugera has confirmed to us that 52 people were on